Hi everyone, please excuse my voice. I am recovering from a nasty cold that I have had, but I wanted to give an update on my Pan That palette and what all is going on. So we had a little bit of a situation. I was working on the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette, and this is all that I have left of it. So story time. I travel for work and I bring my makeup with me. I've traveled with this palette all year pretty much. I didn't have any major issues. My last trip of the year, it broke off the hinge, so it is dead. My shadows exploded all over my luggage. It was not a fun thing to open up and clean up, so this is retired. It is dead. It is gone. But you know what? It's good timing because we are about to start 2020 and I can start with a new palette for the year and we'll have a whole year to work on it. I was going to keep working on the Gwen Stefani palette, but I no longer have it in my life. So this is where I get to be excited and share with you what I'm going to be panning. I came home, wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I only have 2 eyeshadow palettes right now. I was thinking about, well, maybe I should buy a fresh one and use that and like see how far I can get in a brand new palette. But I thought, you know what, I have stuff that I can use up first. So what I'm going to be panning in 2020 is the Tarte Man-Eater palette. So this is a small palette, it's like the size of my hand. It has this really cute leopard print on it. And it's kind of small. It does have a mirror, which is nice. And then it's just this little 9-pan palette, which is very basic. I'm going to let you kind of take a look there. So I have used this. There is a little bit of show with that, like the Tarte naming on some of these is smudged off because I've worn it down. But none of them have major dips and there's no pan. So I feel like we're at a good, decent starting point. It is what I have on my eyes today. So let me just do this so you can kind of see. I will talk about what I have been wearing, but I think this is going to be fine. It's a nice little palette. I've traveled with this before with no issues. I probably will just stick a rubber band around it to be sure that it stays shut, but I don't think I'll have issues with this. So I'm excited. It is kind of smaller. Let's see, how big are these? These are 1 gram each. So they're not very big. Eyeshadows, like not as big as other palettes, but I have worked with Tarte shadows in the past. I panned another one of their palettes and they can take a while to get through. So I think this is going to be a good fit for me. So I thought what we could do first is just talk through each of the shades and kind of what I foresee using them as. So the first shade here is Meow. This is a white matte shade. This is what I use to set my eyeshadow primer and then also as my brow bone highlight. The next one is Passion. It's kind of like a tan matte shade. What I've been doing is I've been using this to kind of blend out the edges of my crease a little bit and also mix it with Purr, which is this kind of medium brown that I've been using in my crease kind of as transition. So I've been mixing these two to kind of do that first layer in my crease. And then we have Foxy right here, which is a gold. It's really pretty. So that's that. Let me give you a little swatch. So that is Foxy. It has a great shine on it, as you can tell. And that is what I have on my lid today. And then I have layered over it is Lace. So this is more of a champagne sparkly shade. None of these are like chunky glitter, which I can really appreciate. So Lace is right on top here. So it's a little bit more champagne-y than gold, but it works nice because I can layer it. I could wear it on its own, but I can layer it over the gold if I feel like the gold is a little bit too dark, or over any other shade really. So that brings us here. We talked about this matte shade that I'm mixing with this one, these two, to give me that crease. And then we have Saucy, which is this kind of warmer, darker brown right here on the end. This is also what I'm putting into my crease to really define the crease and like the outer corner. And then we have the 3 bottom shades. So we have a black that is called Catcall. It's just a matte black. I used it as my liner today. I didn't actually put down eyeliner. I just smudged this on with a flat brush. And then we have Hypnotic, which is a kind of like a burgundy color. And it has some sheen to it. It's not as sparkly as the other 2, but there is a little bit of a shift to it. So that's it at the top there. It's so pretty. I have it on the outer like third of my lid and also on the lower lash line a little bit. It really is nice. It can be kind of blended out and worked down so it's not as dark, and I think it would make a nice kind of like smokier look like that too. And then the last shade is Midnight, which is this dark brown. To be honest, I don't know how much I'm going to use this dark brown. I don't think I've used it yet. But it's just like a chocolate brown shade. Nothing crazy. So this is the palette I'm going to be working on. I think it has all the basics I need. I keep my makeup pretty neutral, to be honest. Like having that little bit of red or burgundy, whatever you want to call it, is about as exciting as I get, just due to kind of the nature of my job and all of that good stuff. So that's what I'm planning to do. I did want to show you the other palette I have because I may be dipping into it. The other palette I have is the Anastasia Sultry palette. I did think about just panning this, but I don't know. I kind of like this more as a companion palette to this as my main palette. So this is what it looks like in case you aren't familiar. It's so pretty. I really love rose quartz and pearl and cinder. It's just really gorgeous. So I do see myself probably reaching in here as I'm working through here. Like if I want to add a little bit pop of rose quartz, or if I want this cyborg kind of silvery purpley shade. Or I can use some of the other shades in here to pull a little bit more cooler. But this is what it looks like, all of the shadows that I have currently that I'll be working with. So, I mean, as I have seen in the past when I've panned other palettes, this creamy white shade is going to be the first one to go. But I do have Fresh here, so that's probably going to be where I go first. And I'll probably pick up a single as well, like a single matte cream white shadow, just to have so that I don't always have to travel with this whole thing. But that's kind of what I foresee. There are a couple of matte shades in here along with the really nice sparkly shimmers, but I think I'll be focusing in here for the most part. So I just want to mention that. I will let you guys know in my updates if I've used this, what kind of progress I have in there, but I think mostly, at least for the first probably half of the year, it's going to be all out of here with progress updates. So this is the palette I'm going to be panning. I would love to know down below what you guys are going to be panning. I'm going to try my very best to do monthly updates for you. It may not be on the first of every month, but I will make sure there's some sort of an update during the month for you guys. So that is all I have. I'm so excited to see what everybody chooses to pan this year. I've started to see a few videos come out. So yeah, definitely let me know down below what your panning plans are for the year, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.